Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And on today's Matt's World DIY, I'm going to do an unboxing of a Vopel's smart home projector. I'm also going to do an unboxing of the screen that I'm going to use for this projection. I'm going to set this all up in my office so I can kind of have a home office, home theater set up all in one. So without any further delay, let's get to it. Here's the box of the Vopel's smart home projector. I did quite a bit of research online looking at this product, and the reviews that I saw, as well as just the specs that it has, seemed to be very positive, and I thought I would give it a try myself. So I purchased this on the Prime Day discount deal, and it was fairly reasonably priced for what you get. And this one is up to 4K resolution, so should be pretty good. So let's check out what's inside the box. So you have a little greeting from the company, hello. You also have some maintenance things, as well as instructions on how to clean the screen, how to clean the filter. Here's a video operations guide, and also your ever so important user's manual. All right, we'll set that stuff aside and check out the contents of the box. Let's see. Get it out here. All right. Looks fairly well packed. In here, you should have things like your remote and power. Yep. So you have RCA cables if you want to hook this up to a VCR or something like that. You have your power cable. You also have an HDMI to HDMI connector. And another piece of equipment that's very important is your remote. Here, of course, is the camera. It is set up on its own little tripod, so that is going to be very handy. Now we can take off the protective envelope. Okay. So on the back, we have our power button. We also have the place for plugging it in for power. On this side, we have all of those other ports. An HDMI port for HD. You have a USB port, a USB port 1, AV, and also a headphone jack. That's interesting. And then on the front, on the business end, you have your lens cap with a very large lens there. That's nice. Some of the selling points that really got me for this projector were the fact that it is up to 4K resolution. Some are not that high quality of an image, and they cost the same price and maybe even more, but you could also get them cheaper. And another thing is the fact that it has Bluetooth connectivity. If I want to connect external speakers via Bluetooth, I can do that. Also, whenever you turn it on and you set it up, it will detect the distance from the camera to your viewing screen, and it will automatically focus for you, so you don't have to manually do it. You still have the opportunity or the ability to manually focus, but you don't have to solely rely on that. Another thing is, if you have your camera set up here, let's say here, and you have your screen over here and you're projecting up like that, you're going to normally have a really weird shape, a kind of a trapezoid shape, instead of a nice 90-degree corners on each corner. So this has an automatic keystoning, which will adjust that picture to make it nice and have nice square edges, so that you don't have to look at some sort of strange perspective on your screen. So those were some selling points for me on getting this projector. Next, let's open up the screen. It's 120 inches, and I did not realize how big that is, but that is huge. But we'll see how it works out. The information I saw online with the reviews off of Amazon seemed fairly good for this screen as well. I would call it a budget screen. It has grommets on it so that you can either zip tie or bungee tie the screen to a frame, or you can attach it to a wall, whichever is your choice. It does come included with little hooks that you can do that, but I've also ordered some little bungee cords so that I can attach it to a frame, and I'll show you what my intentions are with that. So let's open this up and see what's inside. So it's the MD Bebron screen. It's foldable, portable, easy to install. One of the key things that I liked about this was that it should not have wrinkles. It's like a wrinkle-free kind of fabric, and it's stretchy and all that good stuff. So let's see exactly if the reviews were correct. As we open up the package, we have all these little things, and this is, like I said, was included. It includes the little hooks. It also has, these are not bungee cords, but they are some cords that you can use to attach it if you wanted to perhaps thread your thread the grommets to attach it. Here's a little sheet that can also give you some installation instructions if you choose to follow those. And here's the fabric itself. Whoa. Okay, we have a little piece of cardboard to keep its shape. It looks like there might be some little wrinkles in it, but for the most part, pretty wrinkle-free. I want to get to the end of this. Here we go. Okay, here's the ends. And it's really a Lycra material. It is rather stretchy, so if you build a frame and it's not to the exact dimensions, I think it would be fairly forgiving. And I don't see that it's, yeah, it is kind of see-through, but I don't think too much. This could probably work if you wanted to project it outside and have your projector behind it, and so that you would sit on the other side of the screen and view it. I think this is a material that would work for that. But let's take it into the office and try to set it up on the frame and see how that works. First of all, excuse the crazy lighting, but this is my office and this is the setup that I'm planning on using for this projector system, so I can have my little home office slash home theater all in the same location. Now, I've placed a PVC framework that I had this before. I used to teach online, and I made this so that I could put a fabric backdrop on it, and I use that to green screen and do different things in the background. So I'm just repurposing that. I'm using that to stretch out my my projection screen on to see if it works. Now, right now I have the blinds open and I have the curtains open just to see how bright it is, but normally I will have all of that, of course, closed up so that I can maximize the darkness in the room. So here's the fabric. I'm gonna check out, see how it works in this particular scenario and how it compares if you take all the lighting out. Now, the lighting is coming from the back of the screen, so this will also give us an idea of how transparent or translucent this fabric is. Let's check it out. Now, this is obviously not exactly how I'm going to have it, but I don't have my little bungee cords in yet, so I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what it would look like with the light coming in behind it, and also how it fits on the frame. I love how it fits on the frame nice and perfectly. It really stretches from end to end without any excess, without too much excess. It does have a little excess, but I think it's going to work. And when I do set it up, I'm going to set it up so we don't have any of these wavy wrinkle kind of things in it. There's no real wrinkles in it, but it does have a few little ripples. Ripples is what it has. Now I want to close the curtains and close the blinds and see what the lighting looks like from behind. The curtains on the ends, the two ends, those are blackout curtains. And I have another panel in front of them, so they're doubly dark. The ones in the middle are only, they're not blackouts whatsoever, so light does come through them. And I think it's a fair look right now. It'll probably work. I'm gonna get the projector and try to project something onto the screen. So let me show you the other side of the room where the projector is going to sit. I have two ideas. Let's check it out and see which one you think would be best. It'd be great if you could leave a comment below to tell me which do you think would be best. I'll tell you the pros and cons of each. Here's my first thought. I'll have the projector set opposite of the screen. The screen is behind you right now. but it's in front of my fish tanks. And I don't know if the sound is going to, if I have the sound coming out of the projector, if the sound is going to upset the fish or not, because it might get pretty loud. I don't know. That's one idea. My other idea is to place the camera above this closet door. What I would need to do is just build a little floating shelf here, and I could put the camera on top of it. I think it would work. I have a plug that is available for the fish tanks that is going to be right nearby. I can plug it into that. That could work. But my concern is that the light from the ceiling fan might be in the way of the projection from the projector here shooting down at a slight angle. I don't want to get that light from the ceiling fan, so I'm not sure it's going to work. I'm going to do a test and just kind of hold it here and see how perhaps I can avoid that obstacle right there. So as you can see, I believe I've got some work to do over here. There really is too much light coming from behind. So I need to either, one, get a blackout curtain to put over this window that's right behind the screen. The side ones I think are doing great. The other thing is perhaps to put another layer of fabric behind the screen itself, like on the frame. I have something that I can use, and maybe that'll help block the light a little bit more. I was also watching, I was looking at the screen and going, why is it so weird? Right now, I have only one of the fish tanks lights on, and it's really dulling the picture as well. So you really need to have the room at its maximum darkness for the projector to be at its absolute best picture quality. So do I think it's worth the money? Well, for a 4K potential viewing experience for just under $100, I think yes, it is. It could be really a really cool setup, especially if you want to do something like setting up a movie night outdoors. That would be a cool thing to do, and you know, you can't really just lug a big old television outside for everybody to watch, unless of course you already have one, and that's great, good for you. But for someone who just wants to do it on occasion, I think that'd be good. Do people have around $100 to spare these days? Probably not. So it really is a luxury item, and so do we need it? No. But could it be helpful? Could it be useful? Absolutely, I think it could. So what you need to do is weigh your pros and cons, whether or not you think this is something that you would like to have in your home or in your backyard or front yard. So you go ahead and make those choices for yourself. I'm going to try to go ahead and fix these issues in here and see if I can get this picture quality even better. So I hope you found this video helpful in what you can do if you're considering setting up a projection system in your home. And if you did, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and also check out some of my other videos I have on my DIY playlist. I'll see you next time.